and welcome back to TW Home Show. My name's Todd with Todd's World Home Show. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. Today, this is another 3D print. This is one of my largest 3D prints ever to this date. And this is my, I like to call it my child Terminator, because it's kind of child size. Once you put this all together, it's going to be lifelike size, but in a child's height and proportions. So this is the actual T800 head. I'm going to be lighting this up with LEDs. I like to use the GoV LED controller and system. So we'll be putting those inside the skull here, so it will light up through all these crevices. And I've got the skull top with Velcro on it. That will fit on top there to cover it. And what else is going to go inside this head? We're going to make it a smart child Terminator with a Google Home Mini. You can put an Echo Dot in here as well, and that will fit right inside of here, just like that. So guys, I got this all together. I kind of pre-installed this chest right here with the arms, articulating arms and hands right here, as you can see. And I've done that with 2 size bearings. You can buy a sleeve of these bearings. This is the second size here. I'll put the sizes down below in the description below if you want to attempt to build one of these yourself. And the bearings are, this is the biggest bearing right here. And I'm 3D printed the actual, the joints that will fit into the bearings and turn very easily. Like I've got this one on the head here. And I made this piece to adapt. So those of you guys that have already printed one of these skulls, this is a T800 skull that I have listed in my Thingiverse files, and I printed this in 80% size. So it's not 100% size printed. I know you guys have reduced the size of these, and some of you guys, you've contacted me, and this will actually fit at 80% size, and this fits right in here and right up into the chin like that. And it will fit right on top of the neck right there on that joint. So it will swivel nice and easy, just like that. So guys, notice I made all this skin tone here. So this is like the Terminator body with the skin over top, except for his skull. Just pretend like this skull got ripped, the skin got ripped open, and this is exposing the T800. Right, so maybe in a future episode of Terminator, one of the movie sequels, we'll have a childlike Terminator, and I'll be ahead of the game, right? So let's just hope so. But for the meantime, a couple other notes I want to share with you. On the back of the upper chest section, I created a hole right here in the 3D print that a bearing will fit in here and another joint. Because when we get this all together, you'll see I need some way to balance this whole height of this body of this Terminator, and I'm going to make a stand that this will like clip into right here, and the stand will hold him up. So guys, I'm going to get this together. Notice here's the little feet. This is about the size of the body, how it's going to be, if you can tell by the size of the feet. And I did keep some of the you know, the structure below here that was on the printer, just to keep it level until I get the stand made. So I'm going to go ahead. What's going to happen here is I'm going to give you a brief understanding of this. These will fit together. I've made them so that they fit together like puzzles, kind of, with this triangle here and an inner triangle there. And then that will make it easier to center and glue each piece together. These right here, these go on like this and like this. Like I said, they fit together kind of like a puzzle to make it easy to center and super glue. And the glue I'm using is this Gorilla Super Glue. If you use this and you purchase this, I'll leave the link below. It works really well. You just have to make sure you shake it really well every time before you use it. Now, if you see here, I do have a slot that goes through from the top, from underneath the skull head here. It'll go down through the chest here, and all the cords and stuff for the LED lights in his head and the Google or Alexa Dot, those will go down through the skull and go down through the body, and they'll come out here in his buttocks, right? They'll come out here and you can run the cords to a nearby outlet. So guys, I'll keep you informed. We'll stay up to date. Stay tuned. I'll show you the next step. All right, guys, I'm putting the LED lights inside the T800 head currently. Now this is a smaller T800 head, so it's a little bit more tricky to get these to fit in there, especially with your hand size, but I'm managing it. What I like to do is make sure I get one LED inside each eyeball hole facing out, so I really, so the eyeballs are really prominent. Make sure my LEDs are in the eyeball holes, and they are. Look at all these LEDs, guys. This whole array of LEDs just wrapped around and around. I mean, it doesn't look pretty, but you're gonna put your Echo Dot on top of here. Also, the Govee has this controller. It's kind of big, but it's got a little mic on it, which is what I like the Govee LEDs for, because once you play music out of your Google Home Mini or Alexa device, and it's hollow or it's enclosed in here with the skull cap on, this mic will make the lights light up to music or talking. If you're talking to it, it's talking back to you. The lights are just going to go at random when you're talking. It recognizes the sounds of music or speech. So that's why I like this little controller here, and that will fit right down in there. Very nice. So I'll get this wrapped up, run the cords out the back or the bottom of the spine here, and then we'll feed it down through here. Right here you can see I made a bearing spot right here, but I do have these domes here, right? On this side I have a spot for a joint, swivel joint, plastic joint that I made that will fit right into here. The bearing will fit down into here, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have some slight motion that you can have in his middle section here around his waist. So it won't be much. You won't be able to turn it all the way around like a real human being, but you'll have some slight movement, which will be cool. So this section we're not going to super glue. Let's see how easy this bearing fits into. Hopefully I can just press it in with my hands, thumbs. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what we're gonna do, guys. It looks like it's stuck right there. Oh shoot. Guys, I broke the plastic. I did break the plastic here. So I will have to print this section here, but what I can do is make that hole for the bearing slightly bigger. Not much, just slightly bigger. And I'll make sure the improved print is in the STL files. Let's just see what this is going to look like. So it's going to rotate like that at the hip or waist. All right, you know what, guys? I decided I'm not going to print this big piece all over again, because I want to try to do a skeletal body like the Terminator for my next idea and design. So what I was able to do, I was able to break this bearing out of the top here, and it's not going to add that much of a feature for the rotational waist. So I'm going to go ahead and just solid glue this like the legs and the feet, and we'll continue on from here. See how it turns out. Make sure, shake your super glue up really well before you start using it again. That way it will react quickly within like 45 seconds the stuff is stuck permanently. So you've got like 45 seconds, 30 seconds really to move and play with this thing, get it moved around to exactly where you want it to be permanently, because that's going to be it, guys. One shot. Oh shoot, I'm almost out of glue here. I've got another couple spares in the drawer. Alright guys, our next section right here, remember this has got a bearing pressed in here with another joint. This doesn't really need to be a bearing, I just wanted a joint in here, but I figured if I wanted to make an added feature, or if I wanted to tilt the figure at all, I could in the future, but I just mainly wanted this socket right here so I can attach some kind of a stand that I'll make out of PLA material, 3D printed, and it will just clip right into this joint right here and hold it up from the floor. So next section's going on. We're gonna super glue it right there. All right guys, looks like enough. Now remember, I have a slot going down through this whole body right here. These slots match up. So I can route the wires from the neck right here in this section all the way down that slanted slot, and it will come out right here, and those are our cords. Let's get this lined up. We got 30 seconds before the glue sets. All right guys, now we are going to attach the feet, or the knees and the feet. Just make sure you get the big toe in the middle. It's been a long time. It's been at least 2 weeks printing all these parts. And guys, look, I've had lots of mistakes. So if you go to try to make a big print like this, don't lose your patience. Remember, you can try more than once. So if you make a mistake, just keep at it. If you really want to see the results, keep at it, because sometimes they're very impressive. I know this one will be mainly because it's my largest print ever. I want to see how I could chop things up and make them fit together, and then have it turn out to be huge, huger than my printer bed. But look at this, guys. I got this and more of body parts laying around my office, failed joints and stuff like that that didn't fit or didn't print properly. So guys, you can make many mistakes, let me tell you. And doing especially a 3D print this big, just don't lose your patience. Keep up with your work, and try to make it to the finish line, like I'm trying to do here, showing you guys. Okay, we'll let all this section dry, and then we'll put on the chest and the arms. We'll turn it over, put this on, and then finally put the head on, and we'll have to guide all the wires down through the neck, down through the body, out through his back here, and then we'll put it on. I'll have to create a stand for it. I'll show you guys that later in the video, hopefully. If not, I'll show you at least this thing standing up, even if I have to hold it or lean it up against something. Stay tuned. Okay guys, my largest print to date. This is the child Terminator. Child size, lifelike size, in a child size. This thing is amazing as far as the size. You saw how I put it all together, kind of glued some pieces together, and some pieces actually have moving joints. And the elbows, they have magnets in them to hold them in place. And the head is also articulate, like that. And I actually made a stand on the back. I'll show you that. I'll bring the camera around here so that it stands up on its own. What do you think, guys? Pretty good for a 3D print this tall. This is probably about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 3:48.
I can't even fit this whole body in the camera screen. So anyway, I'll bring you around the back side here. And remember that bearing with the printed stud sticking out. I had that bracket piece made, and then this post I made with the bottom. And that's holding this thing up pretty good. Hey Google, what can you tell me about the Terminator?
First it's like, Sarah Connor, then it's like, I'll be back, then it's like, not so great.
What can you tell me about the Terminator?
I can find the plot for you, or I can tell you it's simply about an android with a heart of controlled triple armored hyper alloy.
So guys, thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. This was a 3D print video. I try to mix some of them in to my regular video channel just to give you some unique ideas in case you ever wanted to get started in printing 3D. As you can see, I've got 2 of these Delta printers going right now. It's printing my next project, which is going to be lighted wall panels, LED wall panels. I'll give you a sneak peek. These are the actual pieces right here. And they're going to go up on this wall in place of that painting. So hopefully I'll have that video next week. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.